So in this video, I want to talk about how I lost 80 pounds and went from looking like this to looking like this. Okay, I want to talk about any tips, tricks, anything I learned that can hopefully help you achieve a similar sort of transformation. So you're probably watching this video because you're overweight at the minute and you want to do something about it. You want to get fit, you want to get into shape, and maybe you don't know how to do it, or there's lots of conflicting advice out there, and somebody tells you to do one thing and then another person tells you to do the other thing, and they both contradict each other, and you're just left feeling like you don't know where to start. Okay, so in this video I want to give you a simple guide, basically just an idiot's guide to how to actually lose weight. Okay, now this transformation that I'm showing you took 5 years, okay, but it could have been done quicker. First thing you need to do when you want to lose weight is you need to find a reason to lose weight. Now I'll touch on the mindset a little bit later on in the video, but just briefly now, you need to really want it. You can't just decide that you want to lose weight because you just felt like it one day, or it bothers you a bit, so I'm going to lose a bit of weight. You've actually got to, it's a real commitment, and people don't actually realize what it entails. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice to get in good shape and lose weight. So first of all, you need to realize why you want to do it. Find your reason. It could be anything. If you just don't even like seeing yourself in the mirror, or you can't wear the clothes that you want, or for health reasons, or whatever it may be, it has to be big enough. If the reason's not big enough, you'll cave as soon as it gets hard. Okay, that is one thing I learned. Regarding what you actually need to do, so number one thing that you need to do is eat in a calorie deficit. So everybody already knows this by now. You have to burn more calories than what you consume, okay? For example, if you burn 2,000 calories a day, okay, you would need to eat, I would recommend at least a 500 calorie deficit, so that you would have to eat 1,500 calories. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter what those calories are. Obviously, you're not just going to eat chocolate and crisps and pizza. You want to actually find foods that you enjoy that are filling, okay? You need to make it feel like you're not really dieting. Now, of course, you can't always feel like you're always full and you're not dieting. There's always going to be some sacrifice involved, obviously. But you need to find something that's sustainable. And you hear this all the time. It sounds like a broken record, but it is the truth. It doesn't sound that sexy, but it's the truth. You need to find something that you enjoy. If you enjoy something, okay, think about things in life outside of exercise, things that you enjoy, going out to drink with your friends, buying yourself clothes, things like that. Because you enjoy it, you'll do it more, or you're more likely to stick to it. So if you find a diet that you can enjoy, you're much more likely to stick to it. So I do not recommend cutting things out. Don't cut all the things out that you enjoy. Make sure you have these things, but just have less of them. If you go from drinking 2 bottles of wine a night, try drink 1 bottle of wine a night, and then try reduce that to half a bottle a night. Don't just cut it out completely. That is one thing that people get wrong all the time. They just completely cut things out, okay? So we've established that. Now, number one thing is to find how many calories you need to lose weight, and you need to find a sustainable way. Tip number 2 is exercise. Now, exercise is important, but it's not as important as eating in a calorie deficit, okay? Now, in regards to training, you want to do a mixture of weight training, so muscle building exercises, and some cardio. Now, for me, I'm not bothered about being massive. Not that I could be anyway, I don't have the genetics, but even if I was, I'm not bothered about being massive and big. I just want an aesthetic, with some muscle, with some definition, an aesthetic look. So building muscle is important. Now, you don't need to live in the gym. I would train about 4 times a week, sometimes a little bit more, but that's because I enjoy it. You don't actually have to do it. I would do it because I enjoyed it. So I would just do your typical push-pull legs split. So I would do like chest, shoulders and triceps, and then the other day I would do back and biceps, and then legs, and then maybe on the 4th day I would do any exercises that I just want to do, things that I enjoy, like arms or shoulders or whatever it may be. It doesn't need to be this extreme, fancy, revolutionary workout where you're hitting certain muscles from this angle and you're going to change the angle up a bit. Just train the muscles that you want to train, okay? go on YouTube, look up videos of certain exercises. The cardio side of it, now there are different types of cardio. There is no good or bad cardio. Find the one that you can sustain the most, the one that you can do the longest. For me, that's steady state cardio. So walking on a treadmill, on an incline, like a power walk on an incline. I take my iPad and I watch videos on YouTube. So I'm watching videos which is distracting me from actually doing the cardio. And I would do anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes and I'll burn about 300 to 350 calories. Now, I would start off maybe doing that twice a week, and then towards the end of my diet, I would maybe be doing it 5-6 times a week, okay? But you've got to find something that you enjoy. You don't need to be, again, doing all these fancy HIIT workouts with all this special equipment and doing all these crazy moves. Just move more, okay? Things like getting your step count up, just walking places more. You'd be amazed at how powerful walking actually is, because it's easy to do. Most people can walk and you're burning calories at the same time. You're not hating every second of it like you are if you went for a run or you went for on a rower or a skier or any high intensity cardio where you're just waiting for it to end. So we've gone through part 1, which is being a calorie deficit. The second part is training, so your weight training, again, doesn't need to be anything fancy, and then your cardio on top of that. So step 3 is something I use called intermittent fasting. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's this magical solution, it's going to get rid of all your issues. It's not. But what it does allow you to do is it allows you to eat more calories in a shorter eating window. So for me, I would fast until I would generally do about an 18-hour fast, and then I'd have a 6-hour window where I would eat 2 meals and a snack. Again, what this does is it allows you to eat more calories in a shorter eating window, and it allows more calories later on in the evening. So for someone like me, I'm never hungry in the morning, so it makes sense for me to push my meals later into the day, and I become weaker and more hungrier at night. So it makes more sense for me to save calories for an evening. I like to go to bed nice and full on a full stomach. That's one way you can do it. Again, if you want to look up intermittent fasting, there's plenty of videos out there. So they're the top 3 things that you need to do. Anything else that you're told or you've looked up, none of that really matters. These are the core things that you need to do. You need to, number 1, be in a calorie deficit, okay? And it's got to be a diet that you enjoy. Number 2, exercise and cardio, so weight training and cardio. And number 3 is intermittent fasting, okay? Now they're the main things that you need to do. The other important thing to touch upon is mindset. All those 3 things are pointless if you don't have the right frame of mind. Again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning of the video. You have to want this. There's no easy way out. Don't think that they're going to come up with a special chewing gum, a special pill, potion, exercise, food. None of that works. It's about being in a calorie deficit for a prolonged amount of time until you get to where you want to be. Okay, so it's about understanding that it's not going to be easy and manage your expectations. There was a couple of things that I use mentally to help me, to really motivate me. And this is just personal to me, but for me, when I go on holiday, that is what really incentivizes me to lose weight. So I would keep visualizing in my mind how I would feel overweight going on holiday, getting into my swimming shorts, walking down to the pool, walking down to the beach, and really imagining how that feeling would make me feel. And it would make me feel shit. And that is what powered me through the times when I didn't want to do cardio, the times when I wanted to eat shit all the time. That is what kept me on track. And you need to find, and it has to be precise, and you need to find something that you can visualize in your mind yourself that allows to keep you on track. But it has to be extremely precise. You can't just think, oh well, I just want to lose weight to feel better. Like, it has to be more meaningful. You have to really envisage what it is that you want to look like and what it's going to feel like if you don't get there. If you stay as you are now and you're put in that situation, how will it make you feel? So the last thing I want to talk about really is little tips and tricks, so things that you can do to make your diet easier. So I've already touched upon finding things that you enjoy, foods that you enjoy. Low calorie, dense foods is what you want. You want things that have a lot of volume but are low in calories, that fill you up. But also it has to taste nice. There's no point saying just eat a salad, because a salad it doesn't satisfy you enough. A salad's good, but you need something with it to satisfy you. You need something to make you feel like you've actually enjoyed your meal. If you don't enjoy your food and you're just sort of eating it for the sake of eating it, you won't last 2 minutes on it. So you have to find something that you enjoy. Drinks. Don't drink your calories. So many people are trying to lose weight and there they are drinking a full sugar Coke or a full sugar Lucozade. Get the diet versions. Nearly every drink out there now, there's a diet version of it. And finally, you want to track your progress. Now, the best way that I recommend you track progress is through 2 ways. One way is through weighing yourself, and one way is photos. So take some before photos. Some of you might not want to do it, but just do it because you'll thank yourself. I didn't want to do my before photos, but I'm so glad that I did now. So you want to do a front, side and back. Don't be sucking your belly in to make yourself look better. Just, be totally honest with it. Don't be trying to, change the angles to make yourself look better. And then you need to weigh yourself. I'd recommend weighing yourself once a week. But again, if you're someone that gets all emotional with the scales and they throw you off, then probably don't weigh yourself. But if you can manage and you have a healthy relationship with the scales, then weigh yourself once a week. Okay. Now, obviously, how fast you lose weight is going to depend on how much weight you have to lose. If you have a lot of weight to lose, then you'll lose a lot of weight quickly, and then it'll start to slow down. Okay. Now, if you're someone that doesn't have that much weight to lose, obviously you're going to lose less a week, less percentage of your body weight a week. So just remember that. Some weeks you'll get on the scales and the scales won't budge. Some weeks they will. It swings and roundabouts. Look at what you lose overall in a month. If you're losing sort of, it's a bit of a ballpark figure, but anywhere between 4 to 8 pounds, 4 to 8 pounds, over the month, that's a good target. Don't look at it so much on a weekly basis. Yes, track it on a weekly basis, but look at how much you've lost over the month. And then if you've not lost, a significant amount, then you need to lower calories further or increase your cardio. One or the other. Your body will adapt. As you get smaller, your body will require less calories because you're obviously smaller. You're not going into starvation mode. There's just less of you now. If you was 100 pounds less, obviously you're going to require less calories. Okay. So yeah, that's that then. That's everything really in terms of what you need to know and how you can achieve similar sort of results. Again, it's going to depend on how much weight you've got to lose and what you want the end goal to look like, all these sorts of things, but you get the idea. I think there was some structure to that. It's not scripted, it came from the heart, so yeah, hope it's structured all right. Any questions, anything, let me know and I'll get back to you. Thank you.